Mike Huckabee was called out last week for pushing a fake cancer cure with his email advertising system. And this week, he went on Face the Nation and defended doing a different kind of fake cure, this time for diabetes.
Governor, let me ask you, Ron Fournier of National Journal, who will be on this broadcast later today, writes that while you are talking as a populist, a blue-collar populist, you have lent your name for money to questionable products. And he points out that an infomercial you made for a diabetes cure is simply not supported by the medical community. What about that?
Well, there's going to be a lot of criticism thrown my way. One of the things that I have said is that the particular plan you're talking about is about the healthy eating, watching the kind of foods one takes in. And, you know, I don't have to defend everything that I've ever done. I'm not doing those infomercials, obviously, now as a candidate for president. But if that's the worst thing somebody can say to me is that I advocated for people who have diabetes to do something to reverse it and stop the incredible pain of that, then I'm going to be a heck of a good president.
Well, Governor, I have diabetes, and I agree with you, and most doctors will tell you, you have to lose weight, you have to have a nutritious diet, but you were also selling pills of some sort, were you not?
No, there was not. That's a misnomer. One of the elements of the plan was dietary supplements, but it's not the fundamental thing. The fundamental thing is always, as you and I both know, it's exercise, it's good eating habits, it's maintaining sugar levels, it's not eating a bunch of junk food, processed food, lots of carbs, sugar, those type of things. It's, as somebody might say, it's not rocket science, or as some might say, it ain't rocket surgery. It's really pretty simple, but it does require some discipline. And it's one of the four big things that are costing Americans in the healthcare system, along with cancer, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. If we approach this, as I have suggested, which is looking for cures rather than just treatment, we then not only save lives, we start saving serious money. And that's one of the reforms we need to be talking about nationally.
All right. Well, Governor, we'll be talking to you again down the line. And now you're out on the campaign trail officially. Thanks for joining us.
No. Bob Schieffer, you did a terrible job. Your job is to press him on that issue. Have your facts in front of you. Part of the cure for diabetes was cinnamon. Cinnamon. You didn't know that going into the conversation? You couldn't press him on that more? Now, Jake Tapper the other day did this kind of with his bogus cancer cure, which he also pushed through his email system. And Jake Tapper was a little bit harder than Bob Schieffer, but at the end of both of those interviews, they were like, all right, Mike, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. No. This guy is lucky he's not in jail. That's the conversation you should bring up to him. Right to his face, you should say, do you realize how dangerous what you did is? You sent out emails that said part of curing cancer is a Bible verse. A Bible verse. That's not true. If even one person decided to stop their chemo and their radiation because they're a fan of Mike Huckabee and they trust Mike Huckabee, and Mike Huckabee says, read this Bible verse and have some frankincense or myrrh extract, which was part of it, and everything will be good. Well, you should be in jail if that's the case, if one person listened. No, the people who follow Mike Huckabee are not that bright to begin with, and they trust him. So if he's doing some snake oil salesman shit where he's scamming people for money, which is exactly what happened here, and he's pushing a cancer cure that's not a cancer cure, I don't see how that's not a crime. Imagine a pharmaceutical company ran an ad for a pill that they said cured cancer, and it didn't cure cancer. There was no evidence it cured cancer, and people started taking that and dying because it didn't cure cancer. They stopped their chemo and they took the pill. What would happen? The pharmaceutical company would either be put out of business or they'd get like a multi-billion-dollar fine. Even with the pharmaceutical companies having bought the government, which they did, there would still be a crackdown on that. But Mike Huckabee does it, and all of a sudden you can have casual, chatty conversations with him about him running for president, and you end on a jovial note? No, son, you're done. Step aside. You should be investigated for the shit that you did. This is unacceptable. Again, you said a Bible verse cures cancer. You said cinnamon cures diabetes. If the media cannot crack down and drop the hammer on Huckabee over this, You can get away with anything if you're part of the elite, if you're part of the establishment, and if you just put a fucking smile on your face and smooth talk everybody over.